Hey guys, it's Nathaniel. Today I wanted to make a little video for you repotting and separating my huge Rik-Rak cactus. Some people call it the zigzag cactus, the fishbone cactus, the Rik-Rak. Its proper name is the Epiphyllum anguilligar. It is an epiphytic cactus that lives in the rainforest in Mexico. What I'm going to do, this plant, I bought it big, and it's only gotten bigger since I bought it. It is a beast. And I've just sat here and gave it a haircut, cut a lot of the long tendrils from it, and I'm going to repot them up separately. But I just want to divide this and put it into two separate pots. That way I have less of a bulky plant, something that looks more appealing. It's just too big and bulky. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start by dumping it out and seeing what the roots look like, and we'll go from there. Now, with this plant, it is a jungle cactus, but it does have some thorns that you might not know about. In between the little zigzags, not on all of them, but on some of them. Let me see if I can find an example. Yep. Further down in here, there are thorns that will, in between each of the little Rik-Raks, that will get you. So you want to be careful when you're repotting this. I'm sure I will poke myself at some point, but I'm just going to pour this out. I've not watered it in a little while, so the soil is pretty dry. So hopefully it won't be too difficult. This. I've got it on my little plant tray that I think I got it at IKEA. This thing helps so much when you're doing stuff indoors. I live in an apartment, so there's not a whole lot of outside room to do things. So I do all my stuff on this. What I'm doing right now is this is the root ball. A lot of it is just soil, but it does have some substantial roots. So I'm just going through and gently massaging it to try to loosen up the soil. And I've not watered this in a while, and there's still some moisture in the bottom, which lets me know that it has been holding on to some water, mainly because it's been such a big plant. Just taking and gently massaging so the soil falls off and away from the roots. This plant is not a desert cactus, so it does need more water than like your traditional cactuses would. It grows in the rainforest, so it of course needs a substantial amount of water. I wouldn't say too much. In the winter, I definitely let it dry out in between waterings, but when it's growing, it definitely likes some water. But as with all houseplants, you want to be careful not to overwater or you'll end up rotting it, which is always disappointing because there's no coming back from once it's rotted. There's so much soil on this thing. Okay. I'm getting it loosened up. It has fine roots, but a lot of them. I bought this plant from a local greenhouse called Kellner's here in Milwaukee. It was a plant they were trying to get rid of, so it was on sale. So I just bought the big plant, and it has continued to give me a lot of growth. I cut a lot of it off earlier, but it definitely doubled in size, which is great. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but here is the root ball. What I'm going to try to do is separate pieces of this out. I'm making a mess. I'm going to have to clean it up after I finish. That's the hard part about apartment plant care. You have to stand up a little bit. it has the Rik-Rak's kind of tangle. Okay, so here's one piece. It's a beautiful piece. Sorry about that. There's some dust. Ideally, you would want to be wearing a mask, which I have, but for some reason I didn't put on for this video. And as you do things, things are going to happen. You're going to snap pieces. It's just another day in plant care. Don't beat yourself up over it. I think a lot of times as plant people, we have too high of expectations on ourselves, which forces us to overcare for the plants, when really a lot of them just want to be left alone. Just let them do their thing, and they will reward you with great growth. There's another piece. I'm a little bit off camera. I will show you what I've done. Third piece, looking great. Definitely have some little thorns in my hand. I'll have to take care of that in a little bit. And the last piece. I've separated it into 4 pieces. I've not decided yet if I want to do 4 pots or just 2. I'll look at my pots and see what I've got. Okay, I've got my pots over here to the side. Let's see what I can do. I've got this pot, which is pretty big. Sorry about the coughing. I've had a little bit of a tickle in my throat anyway. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take this biggest chunk and pot it into my pot. It's got huge roots. Okay, so let me see. What is the prettiest piece? I think this one is my favorite, the prettiest piece. So I'm gonna pot that into this terracotta colored pot. It's just plastic, but it's terracotta colored. Pour out a little soil. I always misjudge how much soil to put in. Okay. And we're just gonna lower those roots into the pot. I'm trying to put them as far back into the pot as I can. Excuse the coughing. Because this is a heavy plant. It is heavy. It's been growing for a long time. Okay, so I'm gonna add some soil to the pot. I just use other little pots to scoop my soil. And I just cover it up. I just put it down in the pot and cover all those roots up to make sure it is going to be securely in the pot. If you are like me and you love plants, it's good to, I just find pots wherever. Random pots at sometimes big box stores, sometimes little plant shops. Just whatever pots reach out to me. I like terracotta, I like clear, the little clear plastic pots that people use for orchids. I enjoy using those. I like seeing the roots. Just use whatever pots work for you. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Of course, if you're using terracotta, you know, you'll water a little bit less. But just do what works for you. That's the good thing about having plants. It's really a kind of choose your own adventure type of thing. Okay, trying to add a little more soil. The plant is fighting me a little bit, but that's okay. And here we go. There's the plant in a new pot. And you may be thinking, that's kind of huge in there, and it is. What I would like to do is find some hangers and hang this up. But what we want it to adjust to the pot first. So that's what I'm gonna do. I will probably give this a little bit of water after watering, because I don't know if you can see, but there's a little bit of wrinkling going on the leaves just because I haven't watered in a while. So I'm gonna do that, and the plant will be set. I'm gonna do the other sections off camera. I just thought I would show you potting that one up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be right back with a little clip of the potted plant. Okay guys, here is my potted up Rik-Rak Cactus. I separated it into 5 different pots. This big pot is cuttings, just cuttings that I took off the big plant. And these are all individual plants that I have potted up. Everything looks really good. I'm excited to see if they do well, and if I'll definitely give updates on them. I love plants so much, and I hope you guys love these videos as much as I do. Sorry for the coughing in this video. I've definitely had a tickle in my throat today, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and it's